Should the two of them make up, because this is getting silly, David?
Well, yes, I think it's all about William, really. I think he's the one that hasn't been able to say how he feels because of his future. And Harry can do what he wants. He can say what he wants because he's in that situation that he can do so. I think there's a certain amount of envy there as well because of that fact.
Well, of course, Harry wrote a book called Spare, so he couldn't have been more open about it, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm more concerned. Personally, I respect Harry. I think he's great. But William, he's tied. He can't say what he really feels. Yeah. He can't really say what he feels about Camilla, whereas Harry has.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. If you were going for a drink with one of them, who would you choose?
Harry.
Who would you choose?
Thank you. Oh, Harry.
Who would you choose?
William.
It was a simple comment, really. A caller on the Jeremy Vine show. Nothing more. Yet it spoke volumes about the shifting sands of public opinion. He said he would rather have a pint down the pub with Prince Harry than with his brother William. It is a sentiment that seems to be bubbling up more and more these days. People see something in Harry. They see a man who is not afraid to be himself, even if that self is a bit rough around the edges. He feels real, tangible, and less like a figurehead carefully curated for public consumption. This caller felt Harry was the one you could have a proper chat with, a real conversation. This idea of authenticity is at the heart of Harry's appeal. Unlike his older brother, who is weighed down by the expectations and rigid protocols of his future role, Harry appears wonderfully and sometimes messily free. The caller suggested that William is the main problem in the brothers' ongoing rift, but that he is simply not at liberty to speak his mind. Harry, having stepped away from that gilded cage, can be open. He can share his feelings, his struggles, and his passions without a committee of courtiers vetting every word. This openness, this raw honesty, resonates deeply with people who are tired of polished perfection. When you watch William at a public engagement, you see a man simply going through the motions, distant and reserved. He is unable to break free from the formality that surrounds him. He does what is expected of him, but it rarely feels personal or heartfelt. There is a distance, an invisible barrier that separates him from the crowds. It is the weight of the crown, a burden he has carried his entire life. He represents the institution, and with that comes a formality and reserve that keeps people at a distance. He is the monarchy's representative, bound by tradition and expectation, unable to connect on a personal level. In stark contrast, Harry plunges into the crowds. He offers hugs, he shares jokes, and he listens with an intensity that makes each person feel seen. He connects on a human level, not as a prince to a subject, but as one person to another. This is not a performance. It feels genuine. People sense that he is not just there because it is on his schedule. He is there because he wants to be. It is this very quality, this ability to break down the walls of royalty, that makes someone declare on national radio that Harry is the prince they would choose for a friend. The proof of this public affection is on full display during Harry's visit to the United Kingdom this week. He arrives on Monday, the 8th of September, for a series of engagements, leaving Meghan and the children back in their Californian home. From the moment he steps out, the reception is overwhelmingly warm. Crowds gather wherever he goes, not with the quiet reverence often afforded to royalty, but with an enthusiastic clamour. People are genuinely excited to see him, their phones held high, desperate to capture a moment with the prince who feels like one of their own. This welcome is more than just fleeting curiosity. It is a deep-seated embrace. In Nottingham, as he visits youth charities, the streets are lined with well-wishers. They do not just want a glimpse, they want an interaction, a handshake, a shared laugh. Harry, in his element, reciprocates this warmth with ease and sincerity. He moves through the crowds with a natural grace, unburdened by the stiff formality that can often accompany royal walkabouts. He looks happy to be there, and the people, in turn, are happy to have him back, even for just a short while. It is a powerful reminder of the connection he still holds. The contrast with the rest of his family is stark. While Harry is engaging with the public in Nottingham, other royals are also out at engagements. But unlike Harry, their presence often feels distant and detached, their interactions marked by a noticeable lack of warmth, especially William, whose demeanour is not just reserved, but cold and aloof. They are in the same country, working towards similar goals, yet the difference in approach is clear. Others' demeanours are reserved, almost cold, a stark contrast to Harry's approachable nature. No meeting is scheduled, and there is no public acknowledgement of each other's presence. The silence between them is deafening, a poignant symbol of the chasm that has opened within the House of Windsor. The public sees this and feels the sadness of it all. Yet Harry's focus remains firmly on the people in front of him. His warmth is his superpower. It is in the way he crouches down to speak to a child, the way he clasps a hand with both of his, the way his laughter rings out, genuine and unrestrained. He has a rare ability to make every single person in a large crowd feel as though they are the only one in the room. This approachability is magnetic. It is why people feel they know him, and why his return to British soil is met with such an outpouring of genuine affection and support from ordinary folk, something that remains unique to Harry. During his visit, Harry attended the Well Child Awards, an event that has always been close to his heart. It is here that his true character shines brightest. His warmth and genuine connection with people, especially children, is unmistakable. Surrounded by children facing unimaginable health battles, he is not a prince, but a friend. He engaged in a playful balloon sword fight with one of the young award winners, his face lit up with pure joy. These are the moments that define him in the public eye, moments of real, heartfelt engagement. He does not stand on ceremony. He gets down on the floor and plays, meeting people where they are. He offers comfort not through platitudes, but through shared humanity and a bit of fun. In a particularly touching exchange, he found himself chatting with a teenage boy about the complexities of sibling relationships. With a knowing smile, Harry joked about the unique challenges and the unbreakable bonds that exist between brothers. It was a fleeting, light-hearted moment, but it carried a weight of unspoken meaning. Here was a man publicly estranged from his own brother, offering gentle wisdom to a young boy. It was a glimpse behind the curtain, a moment of vulnerability that made him seem all the more human and relatable to everyone watching. This visit was also tinged with private sorrow. On the 3rd anniversary of the death of his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, Harry made a quiet, solitary journey to her tomb at Windsor Castle. He went alone to lay a wreath, a private act of remembrance for a woman he dearly loved. The image of Harry, alone with his grief, further cemented the public's perception of him as a man navigating a difficult path with dignity and personal feeling. These engagements, both public and private, paint a picture of a man led by his heart. While the institution carried on with its official duties, Harry was already doing what truly matters, connecting with people in a way that feels authentic and warm. He did not meet with his brother, nor was there a confirmed meeting with his father, King Charles, who remains at Balmoral. Yet, his actions spoke louder than any formal reunion could have, demonstrating a level of empathy and connection that resonates deeply with those around him. He was connecting with the people, honouring his grandmother, and subtly reminding everyone of the importance of family, even when it is fractured. Ultimately, the reason people feel so connected to Harry comes down to a feeling of shared experience. When he speaks, you feel he is speaking from the heart, not from a script. His visit was punctuated by a significant personal donation to a Children in Need project in Nottingham, a project aimed at protecting young people from violence. This was not a token gesture. It was a substantial commitment that demonstrated his genuine passion for the causes he supports. He puts his money where his mouth is, and people respect that immensely. It is an action that feels personal, not institutional. His planned visit to the Centre for Blast Injury Studies at Imperial College London further highlights his unwavering dedication to veterans, a cornerstone of his public life through the Invictus Games. This is Harry's territory, a space he carved out for himself long before his departure from royal duties. His commitment to wounded soldiers is profound and deeply personal. People see this consistency, this long-standing passion, and they trust it. They know it is not for show, It is an integral part of who he is and what he stands for as a man. The public sees a man who has faced immense personal tragedy and scrutiny with a resilience they can admire. He lost his mother in the most public way imaginable, and he has spoken openly about the mental health struggles that followed. In doing so, he has given a voice to millions who suffer in silence. He has shown that it is okay not to be okay, even if you are a prince. This vulnerability is not a weakness, it is his greatest strength, forging a powerful bond of empathy between him and the public who have watched him grow up. So when a caller says he would rather share a pint with Harry, he is not just talking about a casual drink. He is expressing a preference for authenticity over protocol, for warmth over reserve, and for heart over duty. People feel Harry has chosen a path of personal truth, even at great personal cost. They see a loving husband and a devoted father who is trying to protect his family. They see a man who, despite the palace walls and the weight of his birthright, still feels like one of them. And that is why, for many, he will always be the people's prince.